Right now I am sitting in Adya's room at her and Adrian's new home. Today is the housewarming party which is going to start in 2 hours. Adya called me before time because as she says I am family and I should be there before the guests. She is so sweet that I cannot believe my brother got married to her and she said yes for it. I know my brother ain't that bad but I am never gonna justify his memory loss phase where he literally remembered everyone and everything except for the love of his life. And Adya, being the sweetheart she is, forgave him when his memories came back. Forget that, she was even ready to get married to him even when he didn't remember her but fell for her all over again. Their love story is so dramatic but so pure that I feel so lucky to be related to them. In the past 5 years, Adya and Ruh have enlightened the lives of each one of us. Ruh is the literal definition of an angel brought down from heaven to bring love and light in each of our worlds. She is so sweet that you won't feel any sort of discomfort with her. Even though she is just 5, she knows what to say and what not to say. She is very calculative of her words, especially with strangers. She is so sweet that you won't feel any sort of discomfort with her. Even though she is just 5, she knows what to say and what not to say. She is very calculative of her words, especially with strangers. Though she forgets all those filters with me or Adrian or Adya. I have never seen her with Akaksh though, which is quite shocking because she talks about him so fondly. I sigh and lean against the headboard before taking out my phone. I decide to call Rak and talk to her for some time before Adya comes back from the temple and we start getting ready. I open the call log and my eyes fall on the number from which he called me last night. My eyes linger on it for a minute before I tap on it and the details open up. I click the edit option and think of a name to save it with. It takes me almost 5 minutes to come up with the perfect name and with a smirk on my lips, I save it. Daddy, I return back to logs and search for Raka's name but before I can call her, Ruh comes running towards me and jumps in my arms, making the phone fall off my hands on the bed. I giggle and wrap my arms around her waist as she grins and presses a kiss against my cheeks. Amy. Ruh. I missed you, Amy. I missed you so much. So much, this much. She frees herself from my hold and extends her arms to show me how much she missed me. I smile at her and kiss her cheek sweetly. Amy missed you more, Ruh. I missed you this much. I extend my arms which happen to spread more than Ruh, showing her I missed her more. She giggles and gets up from the bed, now standing in front of me. She holds my extended arms in place and tries to spread them more. I love you more. I love you this much. She points at my extended arms and states. I burst out laughing and she joined me too. We start talking about random stuff as she tells me about her school and friends while I tell her how much Rachel misses her and asks about her. You know, our English teacher scolded my friend, Alicia, in front of the entire class just because she did a sum wrong, so I took my pencil and poked her, Ruh tells proudly, and I almost gasp hearing it. Ruh, love, you should not hurt anyone like that. If the teacher scolded Alicia, you could have stood up and asked her to not do it, but poking her was very wrong of your. I try to make her understand. I agree what the teacher did was wrong, but if I encourage Ruh for her behavior, she will grow up thinking it's fine to hurt people if we think they are in the wrong. And since Ruh is just a kid right now who doesn't understand right or wrong, teaching her values is necessary at this age. Even Mama said the same thing, but Dada said that I did nothing wrong and if someone tries to hurt me for this, he will take care of it so I don't have to worry. Dada told me that I don't need to be scared of anyone and he will handle it all for me. She flips her hair and proudly states. OFC, my brother will say that. He used to encourage me for my bratty behavior when I was Ruha's age. Once I threw a glass of water and then the glass too at someone just because he did not do what I asked him to do. And my brother, being my brother, he did not stop me but instead he encouraged me for it. Your dad will get a good beating from me very soon, I state, and Ruh punches me on my arm lightly. Adya enters the room, fixing the scarf of her traditional dress while my brother follows her like a dog. Her face is red with anger while my brother is trying to hold her hand and talk to her. God knows what he did now, or maybe it's just one of their cute fights which happens every now and then. Turn to दूर रहो marries वरना दो चप्पल मारूंगी. She screams something to him in Hindi and comes towards me. Stay away from me or else I will beat you with slippers. Rue comes and sits in my lap as both of us enjoy the scene unfolding in front of us with big grins on our faces. She always loves to watch the drama between her parents, and when I am here, she crawls to my lap and sits in it just like now. But Jana, she was trying to demean you, Adrian says, following behind her. Rolling her eyes, Adya turns around to face him and keeps her hands on her waist before responding, so, you'd hit her with your car? It's not like she died, she could have, but she didn't. You are impossible, Rian. Not for you, baby. Uff. That's so cute. I never thought my brother was capable of saying things like this. Adya stomps her foot and turns around. Her eyes meet mine and Ruha's. I never thought my brother was capable of saying things like this. Adya stomps her foot and turns around. Her eyes meet mine and Ruha's, and instantly her lips curl in a smile. She sprints towards us and gives me a warm hug. I hug her and give her a sweet kiss on her cheeks. Hey, sweetheart. She greets me with a big smile, breaking the hug. You are really doing justice with my brother. He deserves this. I am telling you, don't even talk to him. I remark and look at my brother, who simply frowns at me and sprint like a dog towards us, mainly towards his wife. OFC, I won't talk to him. He cannot think properly when he is mad, and he gets mad every now and then as if it's a kind of yoga. He needs to stay healthy. She gives him a glare and looks back at us, ignoring his presence. He's brained it, trust me. I agree. By the way, what did he do? I ask her, curious to know what blunder my brother made that got her so angry. We were coming back from the temple when a lady started to taunt me about something. So, while returning, he hit the lady with the car. She wasn't hurt much, but come on, pulling that stunt was completely unnecessary and crazy, she explains, and my eyes fall wide open. I snap my head towards Adrian, who doesn't pay any heed to me and keeps leaning against the wall. God, how can he be so insensitive? He could have killed someone because of his anger, and he is acting as if he just doesn't care. The good part of it all is the fact that the lady didn't die. She demeaned you. She should have died, my brother comments, and I shake my head at him simply. Well, to be honest, now that I know the lady demeaned Adya, I am not feeling any remorse for what Adrian did. Though, I won't wish for her to die, but yes, she should suffer. I hope she gets some bones broken too. दिल बेच दिया है क्या कही, ऐसी बातें कौन करता है, Rian? Adya asks him, more softly this time. Have you sold your heart? Who talks like this, Rian? I don't understand a word of it, but I know she is trying to make him understand what he did wrong, to which he smiles at her and pecks her lips softly. Okay, I am sorry, love. I'll make sure not to hurt someone, he apologizes and takes her hand in his before kissing them too. She raises her eyebrows at him, promise. She demands, forwarding her hand. With a tight smile, he gives his hand in hers and says, I promise. I won't hurt anyone purposefully, not in front of you, so smart. You are impossible, not for you, baby. Not for you. Rue giggles at their sweet bickering, gaining their attention. Suddenly, both of their faces lighten up with a big smile and their eyes shine at the sight of her. Adrian forwards his hand and Rue hastily gets up from my lap and runs to him, in his arms as he picks her up. He lifts her in the air and twirls around with her in his arms as her giggles and laughs fills the room. After a few twirls, he finally stops and stands with her in his arms. She claps her hands happily and looks at Adya before looking back at Adrian. Dada Mama broke the rule. Now you will have to do the punishment, she speaks in her baby voice, and a slight frown appears on my face. What punishment? The question slips off my lips without another thought. They all look at me, but the two of them stay quiet while Rue takes up the opportunity to answer. Dada made a rule that if they fight in front of me, they will have to kiss and sort it out immediately. My lips curl in an zero, and I smirk at my brother and his wife. Adya is being shy and looking down while my shameless sibling simply leans down and pecks her lips. I cannot believe these people. Who does so much PDA in front of a little kid? God save this world at this point. Okay, now enough of all this. Rian, get out of the room. The party is going to start in less than 2 hours and both me and Amelia are not ready. So, leave the room and give us time. Also, call and check up on Gio and Ika. They must be arriving soon. What are you waiting for? Leave, she rants without a pause and drags my brother out of the room after taking little Ruh in her arms. Before he can say or protest against her, she slams the door in his face and comes to me. You guys are so cute. I just can't even imagine having a relationship like this, I say with a small smile. Adya coos me softly before saying, you will have something better, sweetheart. Trust the Almighty. He will do justice to you. It's okay, Amy. Even I don't have a boyfriend. Rue pats my back while nodding her head, trying to comfort me. I open up my mouth to say something when Adya suddenly gets up and looks at me. Now come on, we have to get ready to slay. I chuckle at her words as she walks towards her walk-in closet. I follow behind her with little Rue. Select whatever you like and then we can start dressing up, she tells me and starts selecting something for herself and Rue. I look around the closet and try to find something for myself but nothing catches my eye. The white, pink, blue, yellow dresses are so pretty but nothing gives me the vibe of the housewarming party. More like nothing makes me feel that this is the outfit I must wear to it. I look through all the options when a thought surges in my subconscious, what outfit will he like to see me in? I bite my lips in anticipation and pick out a white off-shoulder dress which reaches till my ankle. It's a simple dress, perfect for a housewarming party and if paired with a white bow, simple earrings, a rose gold pendant and some bracelets, it would be a slay look for tonight. But something inside of me makes me feel that this ain't the right option. I want to wear something else. Something different and eye-catching. What happened? You can't find anything? Adya comes behind me and asks softly. Fidgeting my fingers in nervousness, I look up at her and shake my head. She simply chuckles at me and asks, what are you looking for? Maybe I can help you find something. I smile brightly at her and think for a moment before saying, I want to wear something different, you know. Something out of my comfort zone yet very classy and perfect for an event like this. I explain, trying to make sense to her. Her eyes shine at my words and she grins from ear to ear. I know exactly what you need. It will make all the eyes get stuck to you. Oh my God. Yes. Let's go. She beams in happiness and walks towards the other section of the closet. I follow her in confusion. On my way, I see baby Rue looking through her little dresses, trying to find something for herself. She is literally so cute and I just want to peck her on her cheeks and squeeze them. Focusing back on Adya, I stop just behind her as she tries to find something for me. After about a minute, she takes out something in the color dark red and passes it to me. I look at the piece of fabric she gave me but can't understand what exactly it is. It's a sari. Adya answers my unasked question and that's when I remember her wearing a sari in which she looked hot as hell. A smirk appears on my face at the thought of his reaction when he'll see me wearing this but I immediately conceal it. I know this will make me look amazing and will make my curves stand out. And come on, you cannot ignore a hot girl that too in a traditional outfit of yours. Not until you are gay. Like no offense to the gay community but I am just stating facts. I immediately beam at Adya with a big smile and ask for her help without hesitating. Help me drape this, please. Also, what are you gonna wear? I ask her genuinely. I'll also wear a sari but in a beige color. Now, come on, let's get you dressed first. She exclaims. Go freshen up. I nod at her and walk out of the closet before entering the washroom and freshening up. I take the rose, sandalwood and milk face wash and wash my face properly. Once I am done, I pick up the towel and wipe the water off. My face feels soft and light while the faint smell of rose and sandalwood lingers on my skin. I exit the washroom and enter the room. Wear the blouse and shapewear before you do your hair and makeup. After that I'll help you drape the sari or else it will be ruined if the makeup falls on it. Adya suggests and I nod at her. Turning away from her, I take off my t-shirt and bra before putting on the sleeveless blouse. The fabric is very thin and clings to me like a second skin. I look at myself in the mirror and a content smile spreads across my face as I see the perfect deep neck and sleeveless combination of the blouse. I am glad that they fit you perfectly, she exclaims happily. Now come on, finish your makeup and I'll help you drape the sari. I nod at her and drag a chair to sit on. I apply the facial serum to prepare my face for the makeup and leave it for some time. Mama, dress me up too, I hear Roo speak and I turn towards her and get up from the chair. Let me help you today, love, I announce and she beams at me while nodding her head fastly. I chuckle slowly and take off her clothes before helping her put on a beautiful baby blue frock which has a bow at the back. Once she puts on the dress, I sip it properly and take a comb to do her hair. I decide to make a simple ponytail and tie it with baby blue ribbons. She is ready in no time and when she gives me a thumbs up, I click some pictures of her and give her a kiss on her cheeks before returning back to do my makeup. Picking up a foundation, I squeeze it out on my skin wherever I need it and start blending it evenly. I dab the blender properly on my skin and get done with it. Then I put on some concealer at the dark spots, which are rarely visible. I usually skip this step but today I am not taking any risks. I doll myself up in no time and then get up from my seat to wear the sari. Adya was also done with her sari and makeup both by the time so she helped me drape the fabric around my body. It is a dark red chiffon sari with very minimal work on it. I love the overall net-like design of it and the color looks perfect against my skin. In about 10 minutes, we are finally done with the sari and I cannot wait to see the final look in the mirror. Adya steps back a few steps and stares at me delightfully. Oh my god! You look like an angel, she compliments and my cheeks turn red immediately. Not just because of the approbation but also because of what she called me. Angel, he calls me by that name sometimes and just now when the word left her mouth, his thoughts clouded my mind. I bite my lips and turn around to look at myself in the mirror. My eyes can't believe what they see because I have never felt so beautiful ever in my life before this. The fabric wraps perfectly around my body and the blouse clings like a second skin to my tits. The dark red lipstick and the minimal makeup just enhances the look more. I love the way I look in the mirror. My eyes fall on Adya and this time I notice her properly. She herself looks like a serene beauty to behold. I can't imagine how my brother is going to stay away from her the entire time. Let's click a picture, I suggest taking out my phone immediately. Before Adya can respond, I wrap my arm around her waist and click a mirror selfie of the two of us. After taking some 20-30 selfies, we finally decided to walk downstairs. Adya picks up Roo and we exit the room. I try to walk properly because it's kinda difficult seeing the fact that I am wearing a sari for the first time. I try my best not to lose balance and fall. As we descend downstairs, I can feel all the eyes turning towards us. My brother immediately leaves the drink from his hand and stands at the last stair, waiting for us, particularly for Adya and Roo. Hayden, one of our family friends, stands behind him, waiting for me. Thank God he is here or else I would have to walk all by myself in the party, that too when I am wearing something out of my comfort zone. Adrian forwards his hand which Adya gladly takes before passing Roo to him. They make their way to the center of the hall and start greeting and meeting people. I reach the last stair where Hayden forwards his hand for me which I take with a smile. He smiles back before checking me out from head to toe. You look stunning, he compliments me and I nod and bow a little in acceptance. He takes me to the middle of the party and I greet some of my relatives when suddenly my phone starts ringing. I check the caller and my eyes fall wide open. Daddy. Nervously, I look around the party and scan through the crowd when my eyes finally meet his dark onyx ones. He is boring holes at me, particularly at my waist where currently Hayden is keeping his palm. Suddenly, the encounter from the previous day hits me and I turn back around, ignoring the call and getting back to talk to my relatives and other guests. My phone keeps ringing and vibrating continuously, but I ignore it because, to be honest, I don't know what to say to him, and also, I am going to stay away from him as he asked me. I start looking around again, but this time to observe the crowd. I notice Adya and Adrian standing with Gio and his wife while little Roo plays with another girl almost of her age. A little distance from them stands Adya's parents, who are currently talking to my parents. I notice Adya's mother's eyes moving to Akaksh every now and then, but I cannot see his expressions right now because I am facing opposite to him. Ladies and gentlemen, gather on the stage with your partners and let's start the party with couple dances, someone announces and everyone hoots in excitement. Shall we? Hayden suggests, and I am about to say no when my phone rings again. I put it on silent mode and nod at Hayden before we make our way to the dance floor. A romantic song starts playing as I keep my hand on his shoulder and he keeps his one hand on my waist and the other on my shoulder. We start dancing in sync with the song, but my eyes automatically shift to his dark ones. I can see the anger rising in them, but I still decide to ignore his existence because that way it's easy for me. If I don't do this, I might end up getting hurt again because I know he is not going to accept me. As the song slowly ends, everyone disperses from the dance floor and I decide to take a little stroll in the garden because for some reason, it gets hard for me to breathe anymore in this closed hall. It's probably his angry glare which is sucking the life out of me. As I walk hastily in the hallways, trying to leave this place as soon as I can, feel someone's hold on my hand and I am jerked towards a hard chest before being picked up by strong muscles. He picks me up easily, slinging me over his shoulder like a rag doll. I gasp in surprise as I'm lifted into the air, my body bouncing against his back as he carries me towards the bathroom. I can feel the anger radiating off him in waves, his muscles tensed under my body. He pushes open the bathroom door with a bang, the sound echoing through the empty room. He carries me inside and sets me down on the counter, his eyes blazing with anger as he stands in front of me. I feel small and vulnerable under his intense gaze, my heart racing with a mixture of fear and defiance. He leans down towards me, his body pressing against mine as his lips brush against my neck. The kiss is rough and angry, his teeth nibbling at my skin as he bites down hard. I gasp in pain, my body arching against him as I try to push him away. He grabs me by the waist, his fingers digging into my skin, and pulls me closer to him. Then in an instant his lips find my neck again, claiming it in a possessive and desperate kiss. He tightens his grip on me, his body pressing against mine, as if he's trying to consume me. I push him away forcefully, my hands against his chest as I try to create some distance between us. I can feel my heart racing, my breath coming in ragged gasps as I look up at him. Stop it, I say, my voice trembling. Just stop it. He ignores my pleas and continues, his hands working quickly to open the loose end of my sari from the top. As he kisses down my chest, his movements are rough and possessive, his teeth biting down on my skin as he claims me as his own. He cups my cheek in his hand, his palm against my skin as he leans in to kiss me roughly. His lips crush against mine, his tongue demanding entry to my mouth. I gasp as he deepens the kiss, my body responding to his touch despite my anger at his possessive behavior. I wanted him to kiss me lovingly, not when he's angry and burning in jealousy. He pulls away for a moment, his forehead resting against mine as he looks at me with dark, intense eyes. You belong to me, he says in a low growl. You're mine, and I'll never let anyone else touch you like this. He leans in again, his lips finding my neck as he kisses and nibbles my skin. I feel his teeth against my collarbone, biting down hard enough to make me gasp. His hands slide down my body, his fingers tracing a possessive path over my exposed flesh. I push against him, trying to create distance between us as I protest. Stop it, I say, my voice trembling with a mixture of anger and desire. You can't just claim me as if I'm some sort of possession. I'm not yours to use and discard as you please. He scoffs at my protest, his expression darkening with anger. He grabs my face, his grip tight and possessive, and kisses me again, his mouth claiming mine in a dominant and aggressive kiss. I push him again and look up at him, my expression soft and pleading. Aksh, please, I whisper, my voice trembling with emotion. Please, stop this. You are scaring me? He cups my face in his hands, his grip tight as he looks down at me with angry, dark eyes. What are you doing to me, huh? He demands, his voice low and intense. Why are you doing this to me? Why do you bring out this side of me? I'm supposed to be in control, but you make me lose all my rationality? He pulls me closer, his body pressed against mine as he gazes down at me with anger evident in his eyes. Why did you let him touch you? He asks, his voice low and rough with emotion. He had his hands all over you, and you just stood there. You didn't push him away, you didn't say no. Why? I look up at him, my expression growing frustrated as I try to explain myself. I was just dancing with him, I say, my voice insistent. Stop acting like a jealous boyfriend, I say firmly. I'm not your possession, I'm allowed to have friends and talk to other people. You don't have the right to control me like this. He grits his teeth in frustration, his expression darkening at my words. But I don't like it, he rasps, his voice rising in anger. I don't want you talking to other guys, let alone dancing with them. You are mine, and I won't tolerate another man's touch on you. I look up at him, my expression frustrated and exasperated. Bro, you are such a bipolar person, I say, my voice dripping with annoyance. Didn't you tell me to stay away from you? And now that I'm actually doing that, you are claiming your rights on me as if you own me. Make up your mind. Do you want me to stay or go? He lets out a frustrated growl, his expression darkening even further. I told you to stay away because I can't control my emotions when I'm around you, he mutters through clenched teeth. But it looks like you are a very fast person. He looks at me with a dark glare, his expression intense and possessive. What? Do you love him? He demands, his voice filled with anger and jealousy. I look at him with a mixture of disbelief and frustration. What is wrong with you? I ask, my voice rising in annoyance. I just danced with him, it was just a dance. Where did love come from? You are overreacting, making a big deal out of nothing. He grabs me by the shoulders, his eyes blazing with anger. Oh, you were just dancing with him? He asks, his voice dripping with sarcasm. Then why the hell were you ignoring me? I tried to talk to you, I tried to get your attention, but you just brushed me off like I didn't even exist. I look up at him, my expression resolute as I steady my voice. I was just following your orders, I explain, my tone firm. You asked me to stay away from you, so that's what I was doing. I was giving you the space you asked for. He looks at me, his expression intense and frustrated. I asked you to stay away from me because I am not good for you, he repeats, his voice rising in anger. I never asked you to ignore my existence like a plague. I still want you to remember that I exist. I look up at him, my voice cracking as I speak. I can't do that, I say, my voice breaking on the words. I can't act normal with you. You drive me crazy. You make me weak. You make me want things I shouldn't want. So I try to act like you are not there, like you don't exist, because it's easier that way. I look up at him, my eyes filled with emotion as I speak. I like you, Aksh, I confess in a trembling voice. And it hurts me when you push me away. He looks at me, his expression torn between anger and pain. Why does it hurt you when I push you away? He asks in a gruff tone. I'm doing it for a reason, to protect you from me. I look up at him with determination in my eyes. Then let me ignore you, I reply, my voice firm. If you want to protect me from yourself, if you think pushing me away is the best thing for me, then let me do it. Let me pretend you don't exist, let me act like I don't care. It's easier that way for me. He cups my cheek in his hand, his gaze filled with a mixture of pain and desire. I can't, he whispers, his voice rough with emotion. Push me away, Angel, He leans down, his lips almost brushing mine. I look up at him, my expression conflicted. I want to push him away, to protect myself from the pain he causes me, but I can't bring myself to do it. His body is pressed against mine, his gaze burning into me, and I feel the familiar pull towards him, the magnetic attraction that I can't resist. I don't push him away. He looks straight into my eyes and says, "Come on, baby, push me away." I look up at him, my eyes locking with his as I whisper, "I can't." He grabs my chin, his fingers digging into my skin as he angels my face up towards him. His eyes burn into mine for a moment before he lowers his head and smashes his lips against mine in a passionate kiss. His tongue demands entrance to my mouth, and I find myself opening up to him, unable to resist the pull he has over me. His hands roam over my body, holding me close, as if he's afraid I'll slip away from him. The man I love the most in the entire world is kissing me, and I've never ever been happier. Even when I know he will push me away again, I don't care. I want him right now, my body demands him. He is like a drug which has spread in my veins and has gotten me intoxicated. But then he suddenly pulls away from me, his expression unreadable as he reaches into his pocket and pulls out his phone. He flicks his fingers over the screen, opening the camera app, and then looks back at me with a glint in his eye. With a slight smirk, he steps closer to me and reaches for the loose ends of my sari. He carefully adjusts it, his fingers brushing against my bare skin as he fixes the fabric. His touch is gentle but confident, and I can't help but shiver at his proximity. He pecks my lips softly, a gentle and brief touch that leaves me wanting more. But before I can respond, he pulls away and steps back, his eyes roaming over me as he studies my expression. A small, satisfied smirk forms on his lips before he says, "Perfect." He pulls his phone up, aiming it at me with a smirk. "Let me take a picture for my wallpaper before I ruin it," he says, his eyes glinting with desire. "Just stay still and look pretty for me." He lifts his phone up, angling it to capture my entire form in the frame. I feel exposed and vulnerable under his gaze, but I stand still and let him click the picture. He grins as he looks down at the image on his screen, a satisfied smirk on his face. He grabs my arm, pulling me closer to him as he lifts his phone up once again. He wraps his other arm around my waist, holding me close to his body as he taps the camera button. I can feel the heat of his body against mine as he captures the picture, a smirk playing at the corners of his lips. He pulls his phone away and looks down at the image on the screen, his eyes flicking over my face and then down my body. A possessive glint appears in his eyes as he studies the picture, as if he's staking a claim on me through the lens of his camera. He places his phone back into his pocket and steps closer to me, his hands resting on either side of my hips. He looks deep into my eyes, a mixture of desire and possessiveness in his gaze. "You look like an angel," he says, his voice soft but edged with possessiveness. "My angel." He leans in, capturing my mouth in a rough and possessive kiss. His lips move hungrily against mine, his tongue demanding entrance to my mouth. He presses his body against mine, his hands sliding up my thighs, inside my sari as he kisses me with a bruising intensity. My back is pressed against the cold bathroom tiles, his lips hungrily claiming mine. I wrap my arms around his neck and tug on his hair, earning a moan from deep within his chest. He places his hands on my waist before traveling further up. He cups a breast and pinches the nipple gently, earning a gasp from me. I feel his lips on my neck, sucking and leaving a mark as I tilt my head back. My hands are in his hair, pulling him closer to me. He stops kissing me for a moment and gazes into my eyes. "You are mine," he says in a possessive tone, making my heart race. "I want to see you, naked." His eyes dark with desire as breathes out. A faint smell of alcohol mixed with his breath makes it sound even dirtier. I can barely form a coherent thought, my mind and heart racing at his words. I start to say, my voice barely above a whisper. But before I can finish, he interrupts me, his voice low and seductive. "I didn't say you could talk," he says, his tone firm but gentle. His hands slowly come up to my blouse. He starts undoing the hooks slowly, looking at my eyes. My chest heaves up and down, my eyes locked onto his as he reveals what's hidden underneath. "You're so fucking beautiful." He opens my blouse completely, revealing my breasts. He looks at me and leans down, pecking my nipples gently. My heartbeat fastens as his lips come in contact with my sensitive bud. I let out a soft moan and arch my back to the wall. He keeps his eyes on me and takes the nipple into his mouth, sucking it slowly. He sucks gently, using his tongue to circle the hard peak. I arch into him and another moan leaves my mouth, ksh. He continues to worship my body, sucking and biting on my sensitive nipples. My hands tighten around his hair as I squirm against him. "Don't stop, it feels so good." He brings his hand to my other breast and starts kneading it while using his mouth and tongue on one of them. He licks, nibbles and bites on them, gaining desperate moans out of me which echoes in the empty washroom, making it sound as dirty as it is. I gasp as he slides his hand down my body, slipping it under the waistband of my panties. "This wet for a man who's so much older than you." He smirks and before I can respond, he starts to rub slow circles over my clit. My legs tremble as he continues his sweet torture. His touch feels so good. "I am going to insert my fingers, okay?" Lust and desire evident in his voice as he says. I close my eyes and nod. Without any warning he pushes two fingers into my tight cunt and my eyes shoot open at the foreign touch. He looks into my eyes and gently pecks my cheek. "Relax for me." I take my lower lip between my teeth and slowly bite it as I moan. He moves his finger in and out of me at a steady pace as he looks straight into my eyes, his actions and stare, sending shivers down my spine. I look up at him, my eyes locked with his as realization washes over me. I love him. It's undeniable, impossible to ignore any longer. I love him so much it hurts, a deep, all-consuming feeling that threatens to overwhelm me. I love him so much that I know I would let him break me. I would give myself to him completely, without any hesitation or doubt. Even if it means risking my own heart, my own sanity, I would let him have me, body and soul. He looks at me, his expression intense and serious. "Will you ignore me again?" he asks as he curls his fingers inside me. I shake my head. He smirks before taking my nipple in his mouth as he strokes his fingers in and out of me. He increases the pace of his fingers, curling them upwards and rubbing my G-spot relentlessly. I can feel myself getting close, my moans becoming louder and more frequent. "Come for me, baby," he commands. "I want to feel you come all over my fingers." And with those words, I come undone all over his thick fingers. He continues to finger me, feeling my pussy clenching around his fingers as I come. My moans fill the room and he smirks, feeling satisfied and proud that I came all over his fingers. "Good girl." My chest heaves up and down as he leans down and presses his lips to mine, kissing me deeply and passionately as he continues to finger me even after my release. He rests our foreheads against each other as we let our breaths calm down after what just happened. My chest heaves up and down while his fingers keep working inside me for some more time before he finally pulls out. My hardened buds are pressed against his chest as he brings his fingers to his mouth and slowly sucks on them. Something tickles in my core at this sight and I know he knows his effect on me clearly. So sweet." He hums in pleasure, making my cheeks heat up immediately in response. He pecks me one last time before his phone finally rings, grabbing our attention. My eyes widen in alert and I push him away gently. Embarrassment floods over me and I cannot happen to make eye contact with him, so I start covering myself and fixing my sari. He takes out his phone from his pocket and I peep in to see the caller. It shows Adya's name and suddenly my throat starts drying as nervousness builds up in my body. I get off the counter and properly fix my sari as Ekaksh picks up the call. I look in the mirror and bring my hair in the front, brushing them a little through my fingers to hide the new evident hickeys on my neck. Ekaksh comes behind me and wraps his arm around my bare waist, making me gasp at the contact. I was bored at the party, so I left after the dance. He speaks to her and I tilt my head a little in surprise, but he pays me no heed. Yes, Amelia is with me but she is currently sleeping in the back seat. I guess she was tired or something. I open my mouth to protest when he captures them in his. The kiss ends before it can even start as he starts making circles near my navel, making sensations erupt in my body and goosebumps arise. Yeah, I'll ask her to call you. Buyer with that he cuts the call and turns me around. You look beautiful with those marks on your neck. Don't hide them. He says, pushing off my hair behind my shoulders. His eyes fall on those hickeys and a proud expression spreads across his face immediately. His lips curl in an evil smirk as he kisses all the hickeys again. Let's leave before we start again. He speaks through gritted teeth, trying to control himself. What if someone sees us together? I nervously ask, biting my lips. His gaze moves from my eyes to my lips before he closes his eyes shut. Then they will die. Now let's go. He takes my hand and walks outside the washroom. Thankfully, no one is in the hallway to see us together as we finally exit the mansion and he opens the passenger door of his car. I get in and settle down in the seat before putting on the seatbelt. He comes and sits in the driver's seat and starts the car. As we leave the mansion behind and get on the city streets, his free hand moves from the gear to my thighs and rests there. I clutch the loose end of my sari tightly but don't say a thing because right now everything is too much for me to process. His hand slowly starts to rub against my thigh and moves upwards. My breath hitches in my throat as he continues his actions. Once I stop the car, run to your penthouse as soon as you can. I don't trust myself tonight and you shouldn't do it either. His voice holds a threat in them which creeps its way to my soul, terrifying me. I decide to do as he says because to be honest I don't trust him tonight at all. I never thought he would give in this easily until now I can't believe it. Also, the smell of alcohol from his breath is an evident proof that he is not in his senses right now. But more than that, what scares me is if he will hurt himself in the effect of alcohol or what. I can't even ask why he is so mad because it can't just be the fact that I was dancing with someone else. I want to know the actual reason but unfortunately I don't have any right to demand an explanation so I stay quiet. The car stops after some time and I open the door and sprint inside the complex, not before looking at him for the last time. Though he did not look back at me, which slightly hurt me but I ignored it. Close your doors properly from inside and don't open them in any case tonight, this was the last thing I heard before closing the car door. I drive the car rashly across the streets of New York, not caring where to go or who I hit in the way. My senses are blurred from the visuals of tonight and the alcohol flooded in my system is playing with my head making me go more deranged than normal. My knuckles turn white around the steering wheel as my feet press further against the accelerator, increasing the velocity of my car more, breaking all the speed limits without any regrets. As my car cuts through the air and paces ahead velociously, leaving the city lights behind, the road starts becoming darker and quieter. I don't seem to have control over myself or the car anymore and for once I flick my gaze to glance at the speedometer which currently shows my speed to be over 200 km per hour. For some reasons this only instigates me further. The alcohol running in my veins instead of blood keeps reminding me of her every other moment. The way she magnetized everyone's gazes to herself instantly as she descended down the stairs in that dark red sari. I vividly remember how she provided an alacritous relief to me when I was going out of control and drinking like a dipsomaniac after seeing almost everyone who is responsible for my condition at the same place. When I couldn't grab a hold of myself the moment Mrs. Sharma came to talk to me but I moved away from there and started drinking to distract myself, she became my actual distraction. For some reason, seeing her with someone else killed me from inside. It felt like I am going to lose yet another person from my life again and that thought didn't settle well with me. At the time when the bastard held her hand and took her to meet the guests and her relatives, my blood boiled 100 degrees. I couldn't help but call her but she ignored it, infuriating me further and above all, went to dance with him on some bullshit romantic song. Everything is playing like a movie in front of my eyes. Her plump lips, taut tits and that fucking heavenly body is intoxicating my senses. This is the second time I have lost my control with her but I can't help myself with her. The way her taut tits fit in my palm and how her tight cunt tightened around my fingers feels like she has been bespoken personally for me. Every single curve of her body is inscribed in the back of my head like the most precious memory. Her moans and whimpers are echoing in my ears like a melody I have been craving to hear for all my life. When she let me touch her the way I wanted, do whatever I wished to do with her, however I wished was fucking with my entire body right now. For the last 5 years I have made sure to keep myself in control and at edge every single moment, but ever since she has shifted in the penthouse fronting mine, the control has been slipping out of my hands like sand on which I have no control over. For some reason, my brain loves to register every little detail of hers as if it is what I need to survive. From her pink wardrobe which is always cladded in, to the white, pink, black bows in her hand, everything is clicked like a picture in my head. Her always glossy pink lips which makes me want to kiss them or wrap them around my dick, to that fucking angelic body which begs me to touch it. I hate that I remember everything about her, but no way in hell have I been able to ignore it all. The alcohol flowing in my system like a drug has only evoked all these thoughts further. I can't help but think how she let me do whatever fuck I wanted to do with her even when she was pissed by my behavior. And I'm sure she won't stop me if I drive back to her penthouse and fuck her there. I try to take myself out of those thoughts because if I don't, I will drive back to her. I look in front of myself and see the abandoned roads as the city is left far behind, and I have no fucking clue as to where I am driving in this condition. Holding myself a little together, I slowly take my foot away from the accelerator as the car's speed decreases from 250 km/h slowly. Deciding to turn the car around and go back to my place, I try to apply the brakes, but to my surprise I comprehend that the brakes have failed. Realization hits me like a tsunami and I try to keep my car in motion before fishing out my phone and connecting a call with Mikhail, my right-hand man, instantly. He picks up in an instant and I hear gunshots before the conversation starts. "What?" His cold voice echoes through the phone. Being a nonchalant, cold jerk he is, the position of my right hand fits him perfectly. Mikhail is one person I have put my confidence in. Until today he has not disappointed me one bit. My brakes have failed. Reach the location before I die. I reply to him in the same tone and cut the call immediately, focusing on how to keep the car steady. The roads are not straight, instead they are swirled like a resting snake, thin and curved. The city is already left long back and currently I am sequestered out of the reach of the human soul. This path is not known by most people and very secluded. The handle starts running amok and my grip around it tightens to keep it sturdy. Precipitously, the resounding of my phone echoes in the car and I avoid it once, but it rings again. Gritting my teeth, I take a quick look at it to see her name flashing on the screen, and with that all my worries evaporate in thin air. I don't receive the call, though, but my mind starts revolving around her yet again. The only thing visible in front of my eyes is the artistry of her charisma. Her mellifluous moans ring in my ear, making me forget my own existence. My grip on the steering looses unconsciously, but that's least of my concern at the moment. I can sense the alcohol completely overtaking my senses as my vision blurs and I get lost in her thoughts yet again. I feel the car getting out of my control as it races towards a tree, and yet, the only thought that persists in my being is her. The only person who prevails inside my every cell, and yet the only one I cannot have without fighting against the world for her. Glimpses from tonight fog my senses, making me forget the world. Her diaphanous body covered in my marks made me want to kiss her again and again and again. That flimsy face which even the angels envy, drives me crazy every now and then. I cannot help but imagine how she looked so pretty in that red sari when she let me kiss her like I own her. Before I can think of anything else, I feel my car crashing into the tree and a strong force pushes my body in front as my head bangs and oscillates against the steering before the airbag opens up and I see black. An excruciating twinge strikes through the nerves of my cranium as I feel my body limp on the bed. I open my eyes forcefully and see the grey ceiling above me. Putting weight on my elbows, I get up from the sleeping position and lean against the headboard before looking around myself to find Mikhail and his wife, Lana, staring at me. My brows furrow in confusion as I force myself to remember the events from earlier. The last thing I recall from last night is driving rashly on the streets after dropping Leah at the penthouse. I further press my brain and recollect everything which occurred yesterday. How my brakes failed and I called him for help, and then the car crashed against a tree before I passed out. I take a deep breath to calm myself down and roam my gaze around, only to find that I am not in the penthouse but at the mansion I used to live in for the past 4 years before I shifted to the penthouse. What am I doing here? I ask to Noon in particular, investigating the place with my eyes as if I have never been here. Lana gets up from the edge of the bed where she was sitting and comes close to me, pouring a glass of water and passing it to me before she answers. When you called Mikhail and explained about your situation, he informed me because I was in that area for a mission. I immediately went to rescue you, but your car crashed in front of my eyes. Thankfully, you were safe. We got a tip that Adnan has centered his men around your penthouse, and so if you go there, your life can be put in danger. That's why I brought you here. My fists clench in anger because of that fucker. I am done putting up with his shit and giving him chances which he keeps on ruining. He wants me to either start a war against him or join him. But then suddenly, something strikes me and I look at Lana. You said he has centered his men around the penthouse. Yes. The thought of her getting hurt because any of this bullshit creeps into my veins and I feel a drop of sweat trickling down my forehead. A hint of fear has made its way inside my heart almost instantly, and I cannot help it. I cannot afford even a single scratch on her delicate body, and if by any chance she gets caught up in all this, I am afraid she will end up getting hurt. Increase the security around the area. Make sure no one enters the building who is not meant to be there. Especially the top floor where the 2 penthouses are. I want tight security there. The order is strict and I leave no place for an argument. I cannot afford any bit of casualty with her safety, because if I do and God forbid, she gets hurt, I will kill myself and every other soul living on this damn planet. You are here, safe and sound, why do we need to increase the security there? Mikhail asks, coming forward and sitting on the chair adjacent to the bed. I bat him a glance before taking the glass of water and gulping it down my throat. Someone important lives there and the world will be wrecked if something happens to her. Her? I thought you were allergic to any feminine touch, he smirks before commenting as if he was waiting for this all his life. I simply roll my eyes and get off the bed. Lana, do what I have told you because I don't trust this bastard husband of yours, she nods and fishes out her phone before getting to work. Mikhail Vasiliev and his wife Lana Clifford, or as she prefers, Lana Mikhail Vasiliev, are the 2 people who I can trust with my life. They joined me when I started the mafia organization and have been by my side ever since. Coming from families with old money, they don't have any greed behind joining me. Just like me, they want to finish the sly people who are involved in sex trafficking, child rapes, killing of innocents and the other evil works included. This world needs to be filtered before it's too late, and someone has to put forward the first step. I walk out of the room and look around the mansion to see it being freshly cleaned. No hint of dirt anywhere, the chandelier sparkling in the middle, new rugs and carpets placed on the floors, the wall painting shining as if they were newly bought. Everything looks perfect, but still this place feels empty. The thought that a particular person won't be coming to this place with brownies or cookies or any other reason to see me and distract me is irking a little in my heart. It's not settling well with me, but right now if I take any wrong step, I may put her life at risk. After what happened yesterday, I want to call her and comfort her instead of letting her feel used or something, but I can't. 'Cause I know if I do it and go soft on her, she will enter into my heart effortlessly, and that is something I cannot let happen, not yet at least. I have to resist her as much as I can because that is the only way to keep her safe. She is an innocent soul and this world is way too cruel for her. Being pampered and loved for all her life, she has not witnessed what it is like to be living in a world where every other soul envies you, wants to bring you down, hurt you in ways you can't imagine. She only knows how to give love to others, but people don't deserve it, especially people like me. But I am glad that she is not like me. I am glad she has been protected from the cruelty, and I would be damned if I let any harm reach her until the last breath reaches my lungs. She is someone who can make devils crawl to heaven and angels beg in hell. She can drive the saints to lose their sanity, will force Satan to change his soul and become pure for her. She is like the forbidden gem who everyone wants to possess but none can even get close to. Then how can you expect my prudency in her presence? I am a mere human being who is losing his rationality in her presence, and as much as I hate to admit, she affects me in ways I never thought anyone could. In the past few weeks, she has made me feel things I forgot a human can feel. She has driven me to the edge from where I was forced to lose my mind and do things I forbid myself from in the past 5 years. I have practiced celibacy for these last 5 years, but she has challenged my willpower too. I have lost control in front of her, and that's why it's for the best if she stays away. I take a deep breath in and pull out a bottle of chilled water from the refrigerator before gulping down the content from it in one go. Mikhail and Lana walk down the stairs and come towards me, their hands glued together. Bitch can't keep his hands away from his wife for even a second. Stop with the PDA. I comment, rolling my eyes and spreading my arms over the head of the sofa. I hear a chuckle escape his lips before he speaks. You jealous? It's valid if you are, since your special someone is living far away from you. I throw the bottle at him, which he catches in time and smirks at me. Lana hits his arms and comes to sit on the couch adjacent to mine. This girl was raped and murdered 2 days ago, but her father didn't even file a case. He didn't even let the FBI or police investigate the matter when his neighbor filed a complaint against him, accusing him of being the rapist, she tells and forwards her phone towards me. I take a look at the picture and my heart pangs. The image of the girl's bloodied body, on the screen, is like a haunting nightmare because no one deserves to be treated like that. She doesn't look a day older than 18 or 19, and her condition is so miserable that it makes me want to cry until tears aren't left in my eyes. Who is the father? I ask, my voice cold and stern. Lana forwards me the file of a man who is the father, and I look through it carefully. Bring this man to the dungeon tomorrow. I will personally take care of him. They nod. We also have to do something about Adnan because he is after your family, Mikhail states, and I hum in understanding but don't say a word. After checking some more cases and asking them to prepare the team for immediate action, I bite them away and settle back on the couch. Before I take a minute to think about anything, my phone rings and I see Adrian's number flashing on my phone. I pick it up immediately and hear his voice from the other end. You left early yesterday? He asks without beating around the bush. Yes. Your party was boring. Tell this to your sister because she arranged it. I will, when I talk to her. I warn you, don't do it. She will get hurt if she hears it, and I will kill you if you are the reason behind the sadness of my wife. Stop being dramatic. Don't forget she is my sister first. She is my wife. And that's all that matters to me. And my wife wants to meet you, so we'll be there tomorrow. Cook something good for us. I am not at the penthouse. I have returned back to my mansion because Adnan has become active again. If I stay there, he will attack me, and in that case your sister can get hurt too. My mind drifts back to her, but I shake my head to stop her thoughts. She has become a drug for me now, and stopping myself from thinking about her is like an impossible thought now. Why are you not killing that bastard again? Also, about Amelia, how is she? Did something happen to her? She was sounding off in the morning. I don't know. Probably something related to her work. I rarely see her. Anyways, I'll go now, my wife must be waiting, bastard. I'll kill you someday. Keep dreaming and let me go to my wife now. I cut the call before he could disgust the fuck out of me. The urge to retort back with, your sister was with me in the washroom yesterday at your house, was very high, but I chose peace and stayed quiet. It's been more than a week since I moved into this mansion and still it feels so lonely. I got used to staying in the penthouse, which was comparatively cozy and small, but this huge mansion feels isolated to my existence. Unpremeditatedly, the doorbell rings and I pinch the bridge of my nose before getting up and opening the door. I see no one outside and look around to find any soul, but I can't. My gaze drops to an envelope on the ground and I pick it up. Before I can open it, my phone rings in my pocket and I fish it out. Leah's name flashes on the screen and hesitantly I pick it up. I don't know what to say or talk to her and yet, put the phone to my ear, but as soon as I hear her voice, my world crumbles down to pieces. He will kill me. Please save me, Aksh. She cries from the other end of the phone and I lose my balance hearing her words. The note from my hand falls down on the ground before I pick it up again and my eyes widen in anger and fear. I crumble it and throw it away before picking up my car keys and rushing towards her location. Did you like the surprise, young man? The note read.